Thank you, Lucia. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, this is awesome. Thank you so much to the leadership and service of Butler Center for all of their help and for inviting me here. You're doing such a wonderful job putting these packages together. What I'll have everybody to do for me right now, or do for yourself rather, you have a name tag here. Instead of putting your name on it, what I'd like for you to do is in 1 or 2 words, I'd like for you to put your desire, what it is that you want out of life, what it is that you'd like to get. And whatever that is, whatever comes to you, don't think too hard about it. Go ahead, 1 to 2 words. So have at it. I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up. And just while you're thinking, I'll tell you a little bit more about myself. My name is Krystal Paige, and I am a superhero. That's what I do for a living. I am a creative wellness coach, and I have a superpower in communicating and being creative. So I use my communication skills and my creativity skills, which I've used them in acting, being an on-air camera talent, being a radio personality, and now I help people write the story of their lives. So I really am a believer and a dreamer in this creativity thing. And I think that it's the thing that we need to get ourselves out of a rut, out of a stuck place in life. So a lot of the times we're in transition and we don't know what to do. Without our creativity, we might become depressed, we might think there's no hope, we might lose all hope altogether. So I just want everyone to put their creative caps on, and as you're writing, think about what it is that you want to do. So everybody, look up at me when you're done. If you have your my name is your desire on it. All right. Few more seconds. Few more seconds. And when you're done, go ahead and stick that somewhere on your shirt. Go right ahead. Perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful. And you have here worthwhile experiences, happiness, success, sustainability. I like that. Opportunity, freedom, happiness, help others. Love that. Make an impact. Help the community. So that was this. Your name is really long. Help the community on a global scale. All right, I'm going to allow that. Self-fulfillment, happiness, success. All right, happiness, success. I can't see that far back there. But what I'd love to do is see what it is that we really want. We want to be able to be in a room with our intentions. Be in a room with each of us. We have these intrinsic gifts and passions and things that we're called to do. So today we're going to learn about the creative process. Now, that's something that we need in order to go through life and understand how to get through struggles and turbulence, if you will. So let's open up our wonderful package. The number one thing that we need, the number one ingredient that we have to keep in mind is belief. It's key. It's the major key. You have to believe to see. Yes, hashtag DJ Khaled. It's something that we have to have in order to see the things that we want to realize. In order to taste something that you otherwise wouldn't enjoy, you have to believe it's going to be good for you. You have to believe that going to college is worth your while and coming here. Obviously, you had a belief that you could, and you did, and you're here. So you had to see it to believe it, to walk into this right now. So we all can agree on that, yes or no? Yes. Okay, so we know that believing is key. Let's turn the page. Now, everyone in here has some great, big, hairy, audacious goal on their chest. Happiness, freedom, helping, my girlfriend in here, named helping the community on a global scale. That's a big, hairy, audacious goal. You have to believe that in order to see that. So, what's stopping you? Can I get a few guesses? Yourself. Yourself is stopping you. Beautiful. Everybody agree with that one? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yourself is stopping you. And psychological terms would call that your negative self-talk. Your limiting belief system is what is stopping you. So the first answer is your negative self-talk, and the second one is your limited belief system, or limiting belief system. So that's what's stopping you. And what I want us all to do is to identify that voice. So I have a wonderful exercise where we would like to identify that voice that comes up when we're about, the first time it happens, we're about 4 years old, the first time it happens. Because how many of you have younger brothers or sisters or relatives? They're about 3 years old. You guys have experience with 3-year-olds? Oh my goodness, you can't get them to stop talking. They're fully expressed, telling you everything. They're telling you about their best friend and their Barbies and their toys. And they won't stop going on and on and on. They paint, they color, they sing with the radio. And oh my goodness, child, can they sing? You know? So it's like they're fully expressed at 3 years old. And then you know what happens to us? At 4 years old, we go to school. And someone says in our group, our peers, they say, stop, you can't sing. Shut up, my ears hurt. Stop it. Oh, you can't paint. Your painting stinks. Take it down. It's terrible. You should stop talking. You don't have anything good to say. You're not funny. Your jokes aren't funny. These things we hear as young children follow us home. And then suddenly there's a voice that's cultivated within us that says, oh, remember? You can't sing. Don't do that. Oh, remember, your jokes aren't good. They're bad. Don't tell them. Oh, remember, you don't have anything good to say, so stop talking. That is your voice of negative self-talk. That voice within you that says, you shouldn't go out, you shouldn't do that, you should avoid talking to those people, those powerful people that have an opportunity for you, because they're not going to want to talk to you. Who are you? That voice is what's stopping you. So we want to get real specific, because it's not you, it's not just you. It's that voice within you that is not who you are. It was placed inside of you by peers when you were 4 years old in kindergarten. If you have parents or parents or anyone in your household who probably was instilling things within you, negative thoughts within you, anything like that, exposure to that would make this voice even louder and bigger and greater and more powerful because it's coming from somebody that you love. So imagine, and I want you guys to think about that. Think about what this voice says, because we all have it. We all have this opportunity, sustainability, success, those desires that we want for ourselves. We all have those desires. And then we also have that voice, each and every one of us. And that's what's stopping us. And the sooner we can identify it, the sooner that we can get it out of the way and go ahead into our greatness and the things that we need to accomplish. So what I want you guys to do is identify your itty-bitty pity committee. And I have an emoji there because I teach this class to adults and I can say the word that we say in my class. But today we say pity. So an itty-bitty pity committee. So this is, there's usually a few different voices. Once you start to identify this voice, you start to notice that there are a few of them and they have different motives. And they came from different places. So I just want you to identify for me the voice, whatever it says. If it tells you, you're not pretty enough, smart enough, you're too young, sometimes it says you're too old for that, put that away, you're grown up now, those are things for a child. Whatever that voice, that limiting self-talk, that limiting voice, whatever it says to you, I'd like for you to write out the things that it says. Everyone in here, you can write out 5 on your paper, but I just need 3 strong ones. So give me 3 things that it says. So we're going to write it out, what it says, and then I want you to draw that thing. We're gonna draw it and we're gonna name it. And I'm looking forward to this because it separates that voice from yourself. And understand that that is not who you are. You are not full of limits. I'll give you guys a few minutes. How are we doing? Got them? Now I need a volunteer. One volunteer who's bold and brave enough to share with me. Yeah, okay.
One is
Internal journey to happiness. Internal journey to happiness. Please tell us your gremlin. Tell us about your gremlin.
one is this person thinks I'm weird. I don't know if I can do this. And how do I look in the eyes of others?
Nice. Okay. See, these things, they cultivate doubt. You know, the questions that they ask are doubtful questions. And untrue. So hang it up. Did you draw it?
I did not draw it.
Put a name, draw it, and then give it a name, the voice that's speaking. Give that voice a name so that we can identify it.
So what exactly do I draw? Like how do I
Draw whatever it is. Mine was very pretty. When I drew this the very first time, it was beautiful. Only she smiled and she had fangs. So I got down with the drawing. She looked like Jessica Rabbit. She had it going on. And then she had fangs because she was not very nice to me. So draw this thing, and remember, you're personifying this voice that's limiting you. And the other volunteers, yes, let me see, what is your name again? Fulfillment. Very beautiful.
I drew like a little bug and like named my gremlin like a gnat because it's like just constantly there and you can't get those voices out.
Very creative.
And like some of the things I wrote are you're not good enough, you shouldn't have done that, you're weak and stuff like that.
Thank you. Not nice. Not nice and untrue. Thank you, Fulfillment. What is your name, young man? You're laughing. I like you. He laughs at everything I say. I say nothing funny.
My name is Success.
Yes, Success.
Am I supposed to tell you what my grandma is?
Yes.
Okay, my grandma.
See, Success just likes to laugh. I like you, Success.
My grandma's name is Trina. It's a guy, but his name is Trina. He's really ugly, so. I think 3 things that he says to me sometimes are like, tone it down, you're being too much right now. Like, take a shit pill. I hate when you say that to me. You're too gay. I hear that sometimes. And also that no one likes you.
That's so mean and so untrue. You become the Buffy the Vampire Slayer for Trina, personally. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Because that's what's stopping you, and that voice came from someone else. Do you see how you said that you hate when people say that? It comes from other people. This thing living inside of us comes from other people. And being worried about the thoughts that other people are thinking about us. So we want to release that because, let me tell you right now this morning, to free some of you guys, what other people think about you is none of your business. Period. Keep doing what it is that you have to do because no one knows your name. No one knows what you're here for. They don't understand. So don't allow yourself to be trapped and confined by that voice that really and truly comes from other people. So now we have some examples, and I just want to do like a rapid fire. Just everybody give me one. I'm sure that we all have one thing that it says at this point. So if I can get worthwhile experiences. Amen. Yes, worthwhile experiences. Let's get one from you, and then everybody, I just want to go down the road.
You were a better leader in high school.
You were untrue.
You are not a citizen, so you can't follow your dreams here.
Untrue.
That you guys got the features like
Wow. Untrue.
your skills are inferior.
I have that one too. High five me. Come on, kill that. All right, let's go. Opportunity. opportunity,
You can't do it.
you can't do it, untrue.
You don't meet those requirements.
You don't need those. Too. Too emotional?
You're a burden to everyone around you.
Untrue.
Too naive, positive.
Child, I made a living off of naive and positive. Okay. Oh, I got yours already. You dream too big.
I don't know if I can do this.
Neither do I. It's untrue.
You're a psychology major because you're not smart enough to do anything else.
Untrue. Untrue. You see how mean these things are now?
You're not doing enough.
You're doing just fine. So untrue.
You're not ready.
You're not ready. Untrue.
Not creative enough.
You're not creative enough. Untrue.
You're too much and too invasive, like, to stop annoying people.
Mm-mm. Untrue.
You're not capable enough.
No.
You're too slow.
Untrue.
You're unrealistic.
Untrue. I spoke to you earlier. You got it going on.
You will never be the best at anything.
Untrue.
No one cares what you have to say.
That's messed up. That's messed up. What's your name on your
I want to be compassionate to others and help them.
Start with yourself. We're gonna start with yourself today. That's untrue.
You won't be good at it.
Untrue.
Don't do things unless you can be perfect in them.
Oh Lord, you gotta come to my class, girlfriend. Untrue. Yes.
You're not smart enough to go to that school.
Untrue, and you're gonna prove it wrong. And I got yours. Thank you so much.
They're so much better than you.
Untrue. And even if they are, so what? You're you. You're the only you that was ever in existence ever. You're pretty awesome.
Don't express your feelings.
Untrue. Express them. Power comes out of them.
You're not worthy of anything.
Untrue.
That'll never happen.
I bet you it's happening right now. Untrue. You don't deserve these opportunities. You do. I just wish I could turn these into people and punch them all in the face. Untrue. And then my back row, if I could just get each one of you just say, shout it to me out loud.
Subpar performance.
Untrue. Untrue. Untrue.
They're judging you.
So false. And even if they are judging you, it's not your business. So, everyone in here has something on their shirt, right? We've already identified that, and I love this because you guys are going to go out into the world and be networking with people with all their pretension and with all their representatives and how many things they want to do and what they can do for you and their companies and things like that. And everybody just comes and shakes your hand with all of, they come with you full force with their pretension. And what I want for you guys to see today, and it's beautiful that you get to see today, is that every single person has a hello, my name is, I have a desire, and I want something more for the world, and I'm here on purpose. Everybody has it. And then everybody has this stinking voice. It's a stinky little voice that says lies. Everyone in this room has one. Oh, and I got them too. You're incompetent. You'll never be a millionaire. Who are you to? Who am I not to? I start talking back to this thing, and I start changing my life. And now I help other people change their lives the same way. And like I said, I'm a superhero, so I'm saving people. And because I saved myself, and this is how I like to think about these things. So each and every one of you has these superpowers. Each and every one of you has your intrinsic gifts that you're here to share with the world. Because that's how creativity works. It's idiosyncratic. Every single one here, it's not just limited to artists. It's not just limited to the people that you think are musicians and things like that. It is for everyone. Each and every one of us has creativity within us. And we want to cultivate that voice of wisdom versus our voice of judgment, that little itty-bitty pity committee. We want them to go away so that we can get into the greatness that we have for us. So let's turn the page. See what we got next. Now I want to talk to each of you about the creative process. Now that we've gotten the hijackers out of the way, because that's who's hijacking our plane, is that voice of negative self-talk. And now we want to get into your roadmap, how you do this thing called life. And it's called the creative process. So what a common misconception of the creative process is that you're going to start that new company and then it's going to be a success and you're going to be on Forbes list and you're going to have a Lamborghini and take selfies like this in your Lambo. That's not how it goes. It does not go step 1, start, to step 2, success. As intuitive as that might seem and simple, that's what we often think. We think that we're going to get success just like this. Not quite. So what I learned in college when I was studying radio, television, film production was the creative process. And the creative process is the process by which artists, writers, television producers come up with their masterpieces. So we start with preparation. We start to cultivate the idea, right? We're cultivating this idea, and then we go into a bit of frustration. And you guys have it here for you, the creative process. And I think that this is more here for you to refer to. But what I want you to take, a personal pet peeve of mine is when you're doing a presentation and the person's reading off of the slide. And this is kind of, you guys are all smart, and I know that you have the wherewithal to understand this information. But basically, the creative process, it outlines exactly how we walk through from the conception of an idea right through the preparation, the frustration, because it's not going to be easy. And once we understand that anything worth having is there's going to be a little bit of a process associated. That way we don't think we're a failure, because that's what happens. That voice comes in, the itty-bitty committee comes in, and it says, oh, look at you, you tried to do this thing, and look, you failed. I knew you would, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, I told you already. And then you stop trying, and you run out of steam, and you burn out. And that's what happens to a lot of us. And then the itty-bitty committee has a whole nother thing to nag you with. Oh, remember you started that thing and it sucked, and you failed, and it crashed and it burned. Remember what happened when you tried? So, guys, I really want us to walk away with this today. Your creative process is going to take time. You're going to have frustration. You're going to have to incubate your idea sometimes and call in different strategies. Maybe you've got to start running so that you can jog your mind for new ideas. Maybe you go to a networking event and hopefully you meet somebody that, oh wow, that's a wonderful thought. I didn't think about that. Maybe I could apply that to this. And then you've got a whole nother burst of energy to get you through to the next side. So you have all your different strategies, and you're going to have that eureka moment. And then you're going to get the verification when your idea is done, and everyone else can see it, and you have usually a launch party or a graduation or something like that, right? So the creative process is what we apply to get creative products. That's how we get our business plan. That's how we get our book written. That's how we get our papers written. That's how we get our dissertation written, right? Now, the creative process follows the exact same process as what is called the hero's journey. If any writers in here, creative writing people? Okay, I got one. I always get one. You're awesome. So, wait, 2?
Yeah.
Oh, right, 3. Oh my gosh, it's my lucky day. I got 3 creative writing people in here. So you guys are familiar with the hero's journey? No? No refreshment? Okay. So, the hero's journey, this is a bonus for y'all then. I'll take the invoice later. So, the hero's journey is the same template that's used for every single story ever told. It goes along the exact same arc. Now, what I do is I apply the hero's journey, which is the same story, every movie you watched, every book you've read, every creative writing piece that is a novel, for example, follows the hero's journey. And it also can be applied to our lives. And it's very similar to the creative process. It's pretty much the same. We just use different words to describe the various points. So we start our hero's journey at innocence. Everything is fine. We are just normal. This was maybe in high school, senior year. You got high school figured out. You've arrived. You don't even want to go to class anymore. Senior skip day, what? So you're pretty good. You're in your innocence period. No one can do any wrong. You remember that feeling. You were mighty. I remember. I know that each of you are smiling. You're like, yeah, that was sweet. I know it. So you had innocence within you, and then you got the call. About the first week of senior year, and if you're really on it, this happened junior year, but you got the call that you need to do something after college. And that call shakes you up. And you got to do something. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You couldn't get enough people to get out of your face with that question. What are your plans after? What are you going to do? What's next? You have to answer to that call. So in life, we go from this state of innocence and we have to answer a call and we get initiated into a process. And that process usually involves other people. Those people are called your allies. And when you're initiated into a process, for example, you have to apply to school, and you've got to put in applications, meet your advisors, get recommendation letters, you've got to do all of that. And I see some people like, oh my God, yeah, I remember. Like, it was a process. So you have to go through all of that, and what happens is, we go through all of that, we find our allies, right? Those are our friends who are helping us, who are in the struggle with us. Those are our advisors, those are our counselors. And then we get a breakthrough. You get a shiny, beautiful letter from the institution of your choice that says, congratulations. You don't even need to read the rest. You're like, woo! Great! Trust me, I know. So you get a breakthrough. Finally, you get a breakthrough. And then what? You celebrate. Now, that process that I just described to you, and this chart, if I could wrap it around the room 1,000 times, that's what your life would look like. We're constantly undergoing this process and constantly freaking out because we hit a challenge, because we get a call, because we hit that brick wall of frustration in that process, and we're not prepared for the other side. It's coming. It's inevitable. It's how it happens. It's the hero's journey. You're going, baby. Keep going. You're almost there. You're gonna get a breakthrough. But we lose sight of the fact that that's how it happens. It's the hero's journey. So I want us all to walk away with this understanding. And before I do that, here's what. I want us to do the hokey pokey around this room. And you tell me where you're at with your story. And I need just a few of you. Who wants to join? There's going to be a party. I'll let you know there's going to be a party in here. Who would like to join? And I only need about 10 of you. I'm going to start calling. I know your names and your desired names. Because what we're going to do is identify where you are in the process. Oh, don't everybody jump up all at once. Where is that? All right, I'm going to tell you in a moment. So, everyone who's helping me with this exercise, please stand up out of your seats right now. All right. So, anybody who is at the call, anyone who is at the vector point in their life and they have to respond, they've got to come up. Everybody at the call, come over here, please. Kablam! You've got something you've got to deal with. You've got to go over there. Yes, kablam! You're at the call. Uh-oh. I got to do something. That's the call. I want to say something like that. You've already started the process into getting going into solving the problem. So for example, I'll use Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Dorothy's call was, there was a huge tornado and suddenly she wasn't in Kansas anymore, honey, and she had to get back. That was the call. Her initiation therein was that she had to figure out where she was, right? She found out about the Yellow Brick Road, and then she called on some allies. This weird guy made of tin, and this other one made of straw, and a lion with no heart. Sounds so crazy. They became her allies, and they went on a process together. So the allies and initiation period is, in your diagram, it kind of goes together. They're rolled up together. So that's the initiation period, where you're, yeah, all right.
So you began the process
change.
in your change. You've begun the process in your change.
Yes, exactly.
Doesn't mean that the problem is solved.
The problem is not solved yet. That's a good question. The problem is not solved yet. We're just getting initiated and finding our allies. All right. So, allies people stand closer to the door. Initiation people stand closer to the door. If you're more on the side of the process where you're looking for allies, stand closer to the door. And if you have your allies already, stay over here. Okay.
What if we're in between the two?
Then you stay right in between. That's perfect. Because that's pretty much how it goes. Yeah. So we got our allies and initiation. Is there anyone who has reached a breakthrough? All right, girlfriend, we broke through. Okay, so you're at the breakthrough. What was your breakthrough?
Can you elaborate on the question?
Like what? Well, you said you're standing over there by the breakthrough. Everyone, sorry, really quick. Can I hear?
I guess I reached this other world where there exists positivity.
Okay.
That was my breakthrough.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. So now, we've got one breakthrough. How are you going to celebrate? You just wandered right over here. I heard that. I love it. All right. So this is celebration. So when you figure out, because this is really important, guys, when we recognize that we went from innocence to the call, we got our initiation, we had to get some allies going on. This is my initiation dance, y'all. Like this. And then we get a breakthrough. It's so important that we celebrate. I don't care if you just have to have a sip of water by yourself in an elevator on your way to go see your boss or whatever. You better celebrate that water with yourself. Okay? And as you should, because you deserve it. You went through this entire journey as a hero, because it's called the hero's journey for a reason. We're each the star of our own movie. We're each the leading part of our play. We all have that within us. So it's very, very important to recognize and celebrate when we've gotten through this process. So what are you celebrating? Getting into your school. You gotta learn how to dance. Everybody in here needs to learn how to dance. Can I tell you? Because you're gonna go through things in your life where this part is gonna be so sweet that you're gonna dance and not care who's looking. And that's what I want each of you to get to, is get to that place where you see this is your life. So everybody, thank you, clap for yourselves. Awesome. And I would like for everybody to please return to your seat, because I want to tell you a secret that they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know. They. They don't want you to have a bigger pool than Kanye. It's true. It is true. And I've got about 3 minutes here, but I'm glad. So everybody, real quick, don't miss it, don't miss it, don't miss it. You better catch it. The secret they don't want me to know. Are you ready? I have superpowers. Each and every one of us has gifts, gems, talents, skills, all of these things that are uniquely sewn together just for you, just to be expressed by you. All of your experiences, the life that you have, the passion that you possess for the things that matter to you, all of those things are unique to you. Imagine your skill set, and I mean, you're really gonna feel it this year. You got your skill set, you got the things that you like, you got, the things that you're talented with. What are you gonna do with piano? How are you gonna tie that into the engineering? And trust me, you're gonna have all of those questions. But the answer is that you have superpowers. Something is gonna come into your life that is going to be uniquely cut, tailor-made for you. You each have that, each and every one of you, because creativity is idiosyncratic. It doesn't matter. Every one of you has it. So you have superpowers. And in here, I am called. I want you to put your name. Put your name. And you have to learn to say your name like a superhero. This is my superhero voice. I am Krystal Paige. And I am a superhero. My supernatural gifts for communication and creativity allow me to present information to people, adult people, on how to unlock themselves. And that's what I do. I also talk on TV at the Health and Wellness Channel and do a few other fun things, but that's my day job, so I'm like Clark Kent, So I want you, everybody, to announce, and you can practice this at home. I really want you to announce it to yourself. I am called. My name. And practice it. It is proven that when you do that, you release endorphins in your body and you become powerful. You are empowered by that practice. Now, I am called, and then you're going to say, I'm here on purpose. I'm on a mission. You see this thing right here? Whatever you wrote down right here? That's your mission. Pretty easy stuff. I'm setting you up for superhero life right here. This is your mission. And even if your mission isn't what you put on here, understand that you have one inside of you. We all have one. And for these last two lines, I am a hero on a journey. You are. You're extraordinary, each and every one of you. I got into UM when I was in school. I know what it took. Each and every one of you is extraordinary. And I know that the stakes got harder since I graduated. So I know each and every one of you is extraordinary. So major keys, really quick. Major keys. Meditation. Just allowing your mind to be still. Taking time for stillness. Whatever that is for you. Learn how to quiet your mind. Learn how to quiet your mind. Learn how to quiet your mind. I teach a class online, and I can send it to each and every one of you. I thought I was sending my iPad around. I'll get that around. I'll get a sign-up sheet around to each of you for my meditation online. Here you go. Thank you so much. If you could just put your email, your first name, and your last name, that would be wonderful, so I can get that to you. Mindfulness. Mindfulness is the ability to pay attention to that which is around you. I'm going to become extremely mindful with you right now. So everybody, just for a moment, I want you to stop writing. Put your pen down. Everybody, we're going to have a visceral experience. You ready? I want you to look about the room right now. Look at everything in the room. I want you to shift your gaze whenever your mind starts to label something. Just look about the room and look at every little detail and just shift your gaze once you've looked at it and you've started to identify it. Just shift your gaze. Just look about it. And all that is in you. Now I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose and feel the sensation of smelling. Just smell what you can smell. sense what it is that you're smelling right now. Now I want you to hear everyone here. See what you can pinpoint in the room. Try to listen with your left ear and then your right. And now I want you to run your tongue along the roof of your mouth and the back of your teeth. And see what you can taste. Just feel. And now I want you to feel your clothes on top of your body, how they feel, how you feel inside of them. How your toes feel in your shoes. And now I'll ask you, what were you thinking about? Nothing, right? It is scientifically proven that when we engage our five senses, we cannot hold an active thought while we're engaging a sense. So you were just mindful, for probably the first time in a long time, but mindfulness is just paying particular attention to your senses. That's mindfulness. And I want you guys to become very mindful because it's powerful when you pay attention. Key. Another key to being a superhero. Keeping a log. Captain's log. Journal. You've got to journal. I call it morning pages. Well, my coach calls it morning pages. Where you, every single day, as soon as you wake up, the first thing that you do, you hit that pen to the pad and you get going. That is how electricity was discovered and how the light bulb was invented by Thomas Edison. I kid you not. He had a steel pen next to him and a spoon in his hand. And when he was getting tired, I mean at the 10,000th try, and he hit the spoon on the pan as he was falling asleep, and there it was. He woke up, heard that sound and woke up and got the pen to pad and started writing. And you will not believe that what came out, the genius that came out, was the final piece that he needed to invent something that has revolutionized the rest of the world. And that access is called the Twilight Portal. So, I thank you guys for allowing me to share the major keys. And I just want to ask you guys, if you're waiting for anything, whatever it is, whatever you're waiting for, to get started, to get going, to get that idea that's on your hello, my name is tag. Whatever it is that you're waiting for, perfection. Somebody said perfection back there. You can't be perfect. If you're waiting for perfection, forget about it. If you're waiting for someone's permission, if you're waiting for someone to change, your parents, if you're waiting for the right person to come along, if you're waiting for, that one doesn't apply to you guys, but someone to discover you, or for the risk to go away, then I am here to empower you and let you know that which is talking to you, that voice, it's not true. And whatever you're waiting for, you don't have to wait any longer. The fearlessness is not the absence of fear, but the presence of bravery. It's being able to hear that voice, that's that gremlin's voice, identify it, say, all right, enough with you, Mr. No-No. I'm going to do this anyway. That's bravery, because we all have the fear. So I thank you, heroes, and enjoy your packet. Please review. And this sign-in sheet is going around if you want more information on mindfulness. Oh, and ladies, I'm doing an event called Trap Queens, which stands for Transacting, Resourcing, Appropriating, and Producing. It's how I've managed to not work for anyone else since I've graduated from college, going on 6 years. If you're interested, please include your name and email address so that I can get you the information for our upcoming event. And thank you so much, heroes.